Just to be sure, there's a spoiler. In its 5th episode, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3 delivers a classic story of exploration and introduces a terrifying new monster. After last week's incredibly fun holodeck murder mystery, Through the Lens of Time gets back to Star Trek basics as the crew of the Starship Enterprise explores a strange and fascinating new alien world. Directed by Andi Armaganian and written by Onitra Johnson and Davy Perez, Through the Lens of Time opens with a log entry from Ensign Gamble, Chris Myers, finally offering more insight into the young medical officer who has popped up throughout the season. Gamble's wide-eyed excitement about working on the Enterprise is infectious, and the episode does a great job of making the viewer care about him as a character. Welcome to Movie Spy. Dr. Roger Corby, Killian O'Sullivan, and Beto Ortegas, Minner Lucan, also return in Through the Lens of Time after making their debut in Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 2, Wedding Bell Blues. This week's episode focuses on Corby's newest archaeological dig, as he's accompanied by a landing party led by Nurse Christine Chapel, Jess Bush. Through the Lens of Time explores a fascinating new alien. Strange New Worlds gets back to exploring, well, strange new worlds. Star Trek: Strange New Worlds may excel at fun, self-referential episodes, but the show can still deliver an excellent story of exploration that feels every bit like classic Trek. When Corby, Chapel, and the landing party discover a massive underground temple on an alien planet, they set out to investigate, searching for ancient technology that may contain the secret to immortality. The mission quickly turns dangerous when Ensign Gamble picks up an orb that explodes in his face. In a particularly gruesome injury, Gamble loses both of his eyes, prompting Captain Christopher Pike, Anson Mount, to order the landing party to return to the ship. Before they can, however, the temple locks down, trapping them inside. With its massive interior and shifting hallways, the temple defies logic, and the landing party is separated. Chapel and Lieutenant Lon Noonien Singh, Christina Chong, end up in one chamber with Beto and Ensign Nyota Uhura, Celia Rose Gooding, in another, and Corby and Lieutenant Spock, Ethan Peck, in yet another. They quickly figure out they can still communicate with one another as they work to find a way out of the strange temple. Through the Lens of Time doesn't spend much time establishing the alien world, but that only adds to the mystery, increasing the looming sense of dread that has been building since Gamble's injury. While it may be a bit convenient that Corby and the landing party find just the right artifacts they need to later activate the structure within the temple, the episode has enough going on that this feels inconsequential. Through the Lens of Time does a great job of building to its dramatic and tragic conclusion while exploring some fascinating sci-fi ideas. Strange New Worlds continues to explore new romantic relationships. Corby and Chapel, Lon and Spock, and Uhura and Beto all get their moments. So far, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds Season 3 has focused on exploring new romantic pairings. Although Through the Lens of Time focuses mostly on the plot, the episode finds time to explore romantic relationships among its couples. Chapel and Corby continue to have great chemistry with one another, and a delightful scene early in the episode shows their similar sense of humor, hinting at why they work well together. Spock and Lon have apparently decided not to label their relationship, and Chapel and Spock continue to feel awkward around one another. Erica Ortegas, Melissa Nevia, brother, Beto, remains adorably infatuated with Ensign Uhura, as their flirtatious relationship teased in Wedding Bell Blues continues. Through the Lens of Time puts all of these couples together in a dangerous situation full of unknowns, and the result is a fascinating exploration of their characters. Before the mission even truly begins, Through the Lens of Time does a wonderful job highlighting how great these characters are with a handful of incredibly charming scenes. But after Gamble's horrific injury, the episode turns serious, delivering one of Strange New Worlds' darkest storylines so far, a terrifying new threat to the Federation and a devastating death. If any of those things ever escape that well down there, God help us all. Dr. Joseph Mbenga, Babs Alyasamakin, works to treat Ensign Gamble, but his injury continues to resist treatment. Before long, Gamble changes, revealing that he has been possessed by a foreign, and apparently malevolent, entity known as the Vesda. When Captain Marie Battelle, Melanie Scrofano, arrives in sickbay complaining of migraines, the Gorn DNA inside of her has a strong reaction to the Vesda now possessing the brain-dead Gamble. Commander Pelia, Carol Kane, also reacts strongly to the Vesda, saying that they are incredibly old and give her the heebie-jeebies. The The Vesda-possessing Gamble tries to take over the Enterprise before Pelia and Lieutenant Scotty, Martin Quinn, trap it in the Enterprise transporter buffer. But the episode's final scene suggests that this will not be the last we see of the Vesda. Through the lens of time, gives almost every character something to do and advances several major storylines while also presenting a story that's riveting from start to finish. With truly alien technology, genuine danger, and a terrifying new enemy, Star Trek